SLT Fibre and experience the power of fibre technology. Sri Lanka's only super fast internet connection. SLT Fibre. Call 1212 now.
Tonight, public at the polls. Voting ends with a massive 80% turnout reported from all across the island. No second choice. International election monitors pick up on a certain public poll's aversion.
Mark the ballot, only one mark.
Final words. In a farewell address to the nation, President Maithripala Sirisena reveals hopes that the new government will release startling bond scam audit reports. Going live, our live election coverage, Sri Lanka Decides, is all set to bring you the latest results from the polls from 9:30 p.m. All that and much more coming up on First at 9, this Saturday, the 16th of November, 2019.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9.
ගොඩක් ගර්ල්ස්ලා ආටිෆිෂල් විදියට පැහැපත් වෙනවා. ස්වභාවික විදියට පැහැපත් වෙන්න Fair and Lovely විටමින් තෙරපි දෙන්න. ඔබේ ස්වභාවික පැහැය ආයෙත් ඔබටම.
Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Dhammika Kanaka. Let's start with your local stories. Millions of Sri Lankans cast their votes to elect the nation's 7th executive president today. As you know by now, voting ended by 5 p.m. and it was noteworthy that across the majority of electoral districts, there was a consistent 80% turnout today. The Election Commission of Sri Lanka is currently in the process of counting the votes and they hope to declare the first result by midnight today. First at 9, Chanela Fernando was on the ground covering the electoral process and the general environment.
Over 15 million people took to the polling stations today to exercise their franchise by casting their vote to their preferred candidate across 12,845 polling stations in the country's 22 electoral districts. Now, the polling process began at 7 this morning, and unlike other elections, an additional hour was given due to a record number of 35 candidates being fielded from across the political spectrum, and the voters were seen diligently approaching the polling stations to cast their vote. 1,670,403 people were eligible to vote in the Colombo district, which saw a voter turnout of 80%. Voter turnout was 81% in Gampaha district today, where 1,751,892 voters were eligible to cast their votes. 955,079 voters in Kalutara district were eligible to cast their votes, seeing an 80% voter turnout today. In the Galle district, 858,749 voters were eligible, and by the end of the day, voter turnout was recorded at over 80%. 652,417 people in the Mathura district were eligible to cast their vote, where over 80% turnout was recorded. Similarly, an 80% voter turnout was recorded in Hammathura district today, where 485,786 people were eligible. Meanwhile, 1,111,860 were eligible to vote in the Kandy district, where an 80% voter turnout was also recorded. Voter turnout in the Mathale district was recorded at over 80%, where 401,496 voters were eligible to vote today. In the Nuwara district, 569,028 were eligible voters, with a voter turnout of 80%. 657,766 people were eligible to cast their votes in the Badula district, that has seen a voter turnout of 80%. 366,524 voters were eligible to cast their votes in the Monaragala district today, where an 84% voter turnout was recorded. In Ratnapura district, 864,978 were eligible voters, with a turnout of 84%. 676,440 were eligible to cast their votes in Kegal today, with a voter turnout of 79.5% seen throughout the day. Meanwhile, 1,331,705 were eligible to cast their votes in the Kurunegala district, where the voter turnout was also over 80%. In the Puttlam district, 599,042 were eligible to cast their votes, with voter turnout at 75%. 682,450 were eligible to cast their votes in the Anuradhapura district today, where the voter turnout was 80%. Meanwhile, in Polonnaruwa district, 326,443 were eligible to cast their votes. The voter turnout in the district was 80%. 398,301 were eligible to cast their votes in the Batiklo district, where the voter turnout was 77%. The Digamadulla electoral district had an eligible voter base of 503,792 and the voter turnout was 80%. 281,114 were eligible to cast their votes in Trincomalee today, with a voter turnout of 83% recorded. In the Jaffna administrative district of the Jaffna electoral district, 475,176 were eligible to cast their votes, where the turnout was recorded at 66%. The Kilinochchi administrative district in the Jaffna electoral district, meanwhile, had a voter turnout of 73%, where 89,538 were eligible voters. The Vanni electoral district, which consists of Vaunia, Mullaitivu and Mana administrative districts, recorded an eligible voter base of 282,119. The voter turnout was 74.3%. Voting took place with beefed-up security measures in and around polling stations across the country today.
Gel scene action. Anti-germ mouthwash samaging in a close-up gel like a story ka start karanna.
Now, the general atmosphere throughout the day's polling sessions has been reported as peaceful and orderly by foreign election monitors observing the presidential polls throughout the country. Following an inspection tour, a spokesperson of the Asian Network for Free Elections highlighted a key observation to media, which was voters' hesitancy to exercise their preferential vote, choosing instead to mark only a single vote for their chosen candidate.
දරුවාගේ අස්ථි ප්‍රතිශක්තිකරණ පද්ධතිය සහ මානසික ක්‍රියා නිසි පරිදි පවත්වාගෙන යාමට දායක වන කැල්සියම්, විටමින් C සහ යකඩ අඩංගු මයිලෝ සමගින් පෝෂණයෙන් ඉදිරියට.
Speaking to media outside Visakha Vidyalaya in Colombo today, spokesperson for the Asian Network for Free Elections, Dami Magbual, spoke of a peaceful and orderly election compared to previous Sri Lankan polls. While outlining minor flaws in the day's events, he revealed a startling observation after having interviewed voters from around Colombo and Negombo. It appears that this time around, Sri Lanka's voting public seemed to have shown some aversion to using their preferential vote to pick a second choice.
The elections today were generally peaceful and very orderly. There were, of course, a very few minor glitches or flaws in the process, such as there were names where the identity number in the national identity card of the voter does not match with the number in the voters list at the booth or the polling station. Number two, there were a few who were sent away because the identity card cannot be read, cannot be recognized. Although the name of the voter is in the voters list, but he has no other identity card except the blurred or identity card that cannot be identified or cannot be recognized at all. There was one instance where the identity of another voter was used by a different voter. Another observation is, based on our interviews with voters, most mark the ballot only one mark, just the X. Very few, I have encountered only one that actually voted 1, 2, 3, or that expressed three preferences in the order of 1, 2, and 3. Otherwise, all of them just gave X to their favored candidate. Two, there was a complaint I get that the voters did not understand the electoral process of how to accomplish the ballot. So that was one finding that we have discussed discovered or they complained. And number 2, 3, social media has been confusing many of the voters. They say one thing, like you put an X to the one you do not like, and you put a check to the one you like. That's what they're saying. So there is a bad impact on social media. Okay, so far, these are the findings that we have had.
Among the millions who exercised their franchise today were the contenders in the race to the president's office, along with leaders of Sri Lanka, including President Maithripala Sirisena, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, and opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa. Let's see how they got on and what some of them had to say.
Presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Gotabaya Rajapaksa took to the polling station at around 8 this morning at the Sri Vivekarama temple in Nugegoda. He received a warm welcome from supporters gathered at the polling station.
How confident are you?
Jai
Sir, do you feel confident, sir?
Yes.
Sir.
Very confident. Very confident.
Sir, how confident are you?
Very confident.
Sorry?
Very confident.
Meanwhile, presidential contender of the New Democratic Front, Minister Sajith Premadasa, also cast his vote at around 7:15 a.m. at the Abeyapura Suranimala Primary School in Veeravilla.
Sir, may better than happy base plan, sir. One minute, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The presidential candidate of the movement National People's Power, MP Anura Kumar Dissanayake, meanwhile cast his vote at the Saikoji preschool in Maradana this morning.
අපි හිතනවා අපේ රටේ දේශපාලන විශේෂ හැරවුම් ලක්ෂයක් මේ මෙතුවරණ සටහන් කරාවි කියලා.
ඔබ ජයග්‍රහණය ගැන බලාපොරොත්තු
විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා ජනතාව අපි අපේක්ෂාව ජයග්‍රහණය. ඒ වගේම ජනතාව ඒ සඳහා සුවිශේෂ ජයග්‍රහණයක් ලබා දෙවි කියලා දැඩි විශ්වාසයක් අපි තුළ තිබෙනවා.
Other presidential hopefuls also took to the polling centres to exercise their franchise in this year's election to elect Sri Lanka's 7th executive president. Meanwhile, incumbent President Maithripala Sirisena cast his vote at the Sri Vidyaloka temple in Polonnaruwa. University of Colombo was the polling centre which had the vote of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
මේක ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම ඉතා සාමකාමී ඡන්දයක්. එහෙම ඡන්දයක් ඇති කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණේ 2015 මේ ආණ්ඩුව ඇති කරපු ස්වාධීන කොමිෂන් ක්‍රමයක් අධිකරණයේ ස්වාධීනත්වයේ නිසා. සම්පූර්ණ විශ්වාසය එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂයේ අපේක්ෂක සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමා ජයග්‍රහණය වෙලා ජනාධිපති බවට පත් වෙනවා කියලා.
In the meantime, leader of the opposition Mahinda Rajapaksa took to the DA Rajapaksa College in Madamulana to vote in the presidential election.
බොහොම පැහැදිලිව නෙළුම් පොට්ටුව පිපෙනවා. තායිහලින් විශාල ජයග්‍රහණයක් අනිවාර්යයි.
Meanwhile, AdaDerana witnessed various other politicians also casting their vote at their relevant polling stations throughout the day today.
We will return after this very short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching First at 9. Now, the chairman of the Election Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, commends the decline in election law violations and acts of violence reported during the presidential election. The chairman hails the 2019 presidential poll as the first election with no serious flouting of laws or incidents of violence.
It is very happy to say that we don't have very serious incidents, what we call as violence. The first time in the first presidential election, we have finished the election without serious incidents. We have received total complaints for our center 4,769. Out of that, 42 as violence, 4,610 violation of election laws. This is not the actual percentage. We can say the actual percentage after finish the first stage of the count. That means box count. We must get C201 form from the each and every counting center and we have to add. The percentage highest is Hambantota, it has reached 85, but those are not actual figures. The lowest comes Mana 62, but last year also Mana 65. Average is 80%, but with the postal vote, this 80%, definitely it goes up. It will reach, I think, at least 81. Postal vote is counting is going on. We hope, like as always, our Deputy Commissioner Ratnapura will send the Ratnapura postal vote results before midnight 12.
Now, with polling having commenced at 7 a.m. across the island to choose the country's 7th executive president, First at 9 has been bringing you the latest updates throughout the day, and we will continue to bring you the latest official verified results in our Sri Lanka Decides election coverage segment.
The time has finally come.
Having started off with our special Derana Aruna programming at 6:30 a.m. today, our Sri Lanka Decides election coverage kicked off. Afterwards, from 8 a.m. onwards on AdaDerana 24, and will continue throughout the day, giving you news and views from our island-wide network of provincial correspondents. Subsequently, as and when the results start streaming in, we look forward to bringing you the latest verified election results straight from Sri Lanka's most high-tech news studio, Studio 24, and brought to you in a brand new interactive visual experience, brought to you by a special team of broadcast experts and technicians. You can look forward to being a part of our revolutionary new coverage via Channel 14 on Dialogue TV and Pure TV, as well as on AdaDerana 24 and TV Derana. You could also keep abreast of the latest development via radio through FM Derana, on the World Wide Web at www.adaderana.lk, and through our SMS alert service as well. For those on social media, you can also keep up to date on the latest results via the AdaDerana Facebook, YouTube and Twitter live streams.
We'll return after this short break. Stay tuned. Back. back. You're watching First at 9. Now, President Maithripala Sirisena today accepted that owing to disputes between different factions within the government, they failed to resolve pressing issues faced by the country. In a special statement from the presidential residence in Kandy today, the outgoing head of state also revealed of startling findings from legal audit reports produced by international firms regarding central bank bond proceedings. President Sirisena urged the new government to present these reports to Parliament and make them public.
මාගේ නිල කාලයේ තුල රට තුල පූර්ණ ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදය තහවුරු කරන්න මට පුළුවන්කම ලැබුණා. කිසිම කාලයක නොතිබූ නිදහසක්, ජනමාධ්‍ය නිදහසක්, ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදයේ ශක්තිමත් කිරීමක් මම උපරිම ලෙස කළා කියලායි මම විශ්වාස කරන්නේ. රාජ්‍ය මැදිහත් වීම තුල කිසිදු මිනිස් ඝාතනයක්, දේශපාලන වශයෙන් පරිගැනීමක්, ශාරීරික හිංසාවක්, පීඩාවක්, කෙනෙකුගේ දේපල වලට හානි සිදු කිරීමක්, මිනිස් ඝාතනයක් නැතුව කිසිවක් මගේ නිල කාලය තුල සිදු වූයේ නැහැ. තවත් පිටක කියනවා නම් ආණ්ඩුවේ තුවක්කු දේශපාලන පරිගැනීම් මත හෝ වෙනත් වෛර පරිමහා ගැසීම සඳහා කිසිම පුරවැසියෙකුට තුවක්කුවක් පත් වුණේ නැහැ. ඒත් මගේම රජයේ පාර්ශවයන් අතර තිබූ මහා ප්‍රතිපත්තිමය ගැටුම්, දේශපාලන ගැටුම්, පෞද්ගලික නො වූ ප්‍රතිපත්ති සහ දේශපාලන ගැටුම් නිසා ආණ්ඩුව තුල බරපතල අර්බුද ඇති වූ බව රහසක් නෙවෙයි. ඒ නිසා විශාල වැඩ කොටසක් පසුගිය අවුරුදු 5කට ආසන්න කාලය තුල රජයක් විදියට අප ඉෂ්ට කළා වගේම රටේ සහ ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන් කළ යුතුම වැඩ කොටස් කිරීමට අපහසු වුණා. ඒ ආණ්ඩුවේ තිබූ ගැටුම් සහගත තත්ත්වය නිසායි. ඒ වගේම දූෂණ වංචා පිළිබඳව කතා කරන විට ඔබට මතකයි මහා බැංකුවේ මහා මුල්‍ය වංචාව. මේ රටේ රාජ්‍ය ආයතන සිදු ඉහළම මුල්‍ය වංචාව. ඒ පිළිබඳව ජනාධිපති කොමිෂන් පත් කළා, පරීක්ෂණ පැවැත්තුවා, චූදිතයින්ට නඩු පැවරීම් කළා. මහා බැංකුව තුල වෝහාරික විගණනයක් කළ යුතුයි කියන නිර්දේශයක් තිබුණා. එය අපේ දේශීය විගණන ආයතනවලට කළ නොහැකි. ඒ නිසා මීට අවුරුදු 2කට පෙර ජාත්‍යන්තර සංවිධාන වලින් මිල ගණන් කැඳවලා වෝහාරික විගණන කරලා විගණන වාර්තා 5ක් මේ වන විට ලැබී තිබෙනවා. බොහෝ වැදගත් කරුණු ඔබ පුදුමයට පත්වන කරුණු ඒ තුල තිබෙනවා. මම විශ්වාස කරනවා නව රජය බලයට පත්වන එම වෝහාරික විගණන වාර්තා 5 පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට ඉදිරිපත් කරයි ජනතාවට විවෘත කරනු ඇතැයි කියලා මා විශ්වාස කරනවා. ජනාධිපතිවරයෙක් වශයෙන් මා ගැන්ව ලැබූ ඇතැම් තීරණ ආందోලනාත්මකයි. සමහර අය කිව්වා මම කඩුව එළියට ගත්තා මිසක් කඩුව පාවිච්චි කරුවේ නැහැ කියලා. නැහැ, මම කඩුව පාවිච්චි කළා. මගේම අගමැතිවරයා අස් කළා. තවත් අගමැතිවරයෙක් පත් කළා. පාර්ලිමේන්තුව විසිරුවාහරණ ගැසට් නිවේදන 1 ගැසට් නිවේදන 5ක් රටේ ආందోලනාත්මක සාකච්ඡාවට සංවාදයට විවේචනයට ලක් වූමා කළා. මත්ද්‍රව්‍ය වැනි බරපතල රටට අහිතකර දේවල් වලින් රට බේරා ගන්න මත්ද්‍රව්‍ය මර්ධනය වගේම පාතාල අපරාධකාරීන් මර්ධනය සඳහා දැඩි තීරණ මා ගත්තා. වසර 5කට ආසන්න කාලයක් ජනාධිපති ධූරයේ ඔබට සේවය කළ මා සමුගන්න අවස්ථාවේ හෙට දවස වෙනුවෙන් රට වෙනුවෙන් හෙට උපදින දරුවන් වෙනුවෙන් පත් වෙන නව ජනාධිපතිවරයාට මගේ ආශිර්වාදය සුබ පැතුම් මා එක් කරනා වගේම ඔහුට වඩාත් අධිෂ්ඨානශීලීව ධෛර්ය සම්පන්නව අවංකව රට වෙනුවෙන් සියලු සේවාවන් කිරීමට හැකියාව ලැබේවායි කියලා මම ආශිර්වාද කරනවා, සුබ පතනවා.
Now, circling back to today's polls, several cases of violence were reported from few areas of the country, with shots being fired in one of them. But no severe injuries, however, were reported from any of the incidents.
A group of people from the area of Putlam who were recently given land and resettles in the region of Vilpattur were transported by buses belonging to the Sri Lanka Transport Board last night. They were given transport to Silavatura of Vilpattur from Putlam so they could cast their vote. At around 11 last night, stones were pelted at 2 buses, which was followed by gunfire. In the meantime, 5 such buses returning to Putlam from Silavatura after their passengers cast their vote was halted in the area of Sellakanda of Anuradhapura today by a certain group. They claimed that the people being transported cannot be given the chance to cast their vote in 2 areas.
මම පුනපුනාම කිව්වා අපේ නිලධාරීන්ට මේ පිරිස මන්නාරමේ යාපනයේ සහ පුත්තලම කියන දෙපොළෙම ඡන්දේ ලියාපදිංචි කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා. අපේ නිලධාරියෙක් කිව්වේ නෑ එහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන් කමක් නෑ. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහැයි කියලා. අපි කිව්වා නෑ මෙයාලා හොරා ඩෙන්ටි කාඩ් ඒ අනුව තමයි අපි තීරණය කරේ. ඊයේ හවස 6න් ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේ සරණාගත කඳවුරු වල ඉන්න අයව සියලු දෙනාව පිටත් කරනවා කියලා ඔවුන්ගේ ප්‍රදේශවලට ගිහිල්ලා ඡන්දේ පාවිච්චි කරා. එයාලා ප්‍රදේශවල ගිහිල්ලා අද උදේ පාන්දරින් ඡන්දේ පාවිච්චි කරලා දෙවනි වර ඡන්දේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න මෙහෙට ආපු වෙලාවේදී මේ වෙනකොට කරුලගස්සව පොලිසිය, සාලියාව පොලිසිය, ඒ වගේම කරුලගස්සව STF කඳවුරේ තුම්පලක බස් 30කට ආසන්න ප්‍රමාණයක් රඳවගෙන තියෙනවා. විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් අහපව හරවගෙනත් ගියා. මේ හොර ඡන්ද මගඩිය දැන්වත් අපේ නිලධාරීන් වෙනසක් කරાવી කියලායි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. දෙවනි වර ඡන්දේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඡන්ද 17000ක ප්‍රමාණයක් මේකේ හොරට ලියාපදිංචි කරලා තියෙනවා. රාජ්‍ය අනුග්‍රහය අරගෙන CTV බස් යොදාගෙන මේ ඡන්ද මගඩිය කරන්නේ. මේ සඳහා රිෂාඩ් බදුරුදීන් නැමැතිවරයාගේ ලේකම්වරයා ලක්ෂ 93ක මුදලක් CTV එකට ගෙවලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේක කාටවත් නැහැයි බෑයි කියලා කියන්න බෑ. පොලිස් නිලධාරීන් මේවා ගැන මීට වඩා උනන්දුවෙන් බලන්න ඕනයි කියන එකයි මගේ අදහස.
Meanwhile, a woman who arrived at the Medabedda Mahavidyalaya in Kalevilla to cast her vote was left disappointed as another had used it. As a result, she was not able to vote. Despite lodging a complaint with officials present at the polling centre, she had been removed from the scene without offering an explanation. The Sri Lanka Army in the meantime refutes reports in circulation that army roadblocks are placed, obstructing the voting process in the northern province. Issuing a statement, the army media spokesperson said that all roadblocks of the army were removed, creating an environment conducive for people to exercise their franchise.
And that's it from all of us here at First at 9. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.